a solar eclipse can definitely blind you. So both eyes are looking right at the sun, and the optics are focusing all of that powerful light directly into the center of the retina, which then is damaging and really punching a hole through that sensitive wallpaper, the retina that's taking light and turning it into a nerve signal. But by focusing all the light, we center all of the energy exactly in what's called the fovea, which is the center of the macula, the center of the retina. And that can very quickly, in just the period of time of a few minutes, cause what's called solar retinopathy, where you end up losing those very important cells that we read with and see faces of people we love. My name is Dr. Tom Mendel. I'm a retina surgeon at the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center. Folks will have just sort of a sense of some blurriness right in the center of their vision, one eye or both eyes, and they're having a hard time. The rest of the eye in the field of view looks fine, but the very center just looks blurry, and then when you try to read, those letters that you're tracking disappear right as they get to the center where you would normally register them and read. And then people come in, and then we see a very stereotypical view on an OCT image, which is a cross-section of the retina, where we see focused light damage right in the centers. So sunglasses, importantly, do not protect you from direct solar viewing. They're really designed, yes, they filter some UV rays, but that's much, much weaker light than looking directly at the sun. So to safely enjoy the solar eclipse, what you really need to do, first of all, is make a plan and know where you're going to go and be safe, take some friends. Second of all, do not rely on your regular sunglasses. You need some ISO-approved glasses if you're going to look directly at the sun. Lastly, if you can't get these, and there's plenty of vendors online, but you got to make sure you buy from a reputable vendor and look up the ISO, and again, check all of your references. If you can't find those, then an indirect viewing method like a pinhole projector can be a really fun way to do that. And that's really what we recommend, for kids and things like that. You can't totally trust to keep these on the whole time. If you don't have protective glasses and you still really want to enjoy the solar eclipse, because it's a pretty neat thing that's happening, one of the things you can do is carefully make a pinhole projector. And what this does is you're actually looking at the sun coming from behind your head through a small pinhole and projecting an image of the sunlight onto something, say the inside of a cereal box, and then you can watch as the moon moves across and casts the shadow. You can see how the solar image changes dynamically during the course of the solar eclipse. It's pretty neat, especially for kids. One of the important things to remember about a solar eclipse, especially if you're in an area of a partial solar eclipse, which many people are, is that even if the sunlight feels less intense and you feel like maybe you can get away with just a quick peek, do not do that. Do not trust yourself and your eyes, because even just a little bit of sunlight coming around the moon is enough to cause very quick damage to both of your eyes in the center of your retina, which is the most important part of your retina. It's what we read and enjoy a lot of our life with. So please be safe, use the recommended glasses, and enjoy the solar eclipse that way. A lot of times this damage is not repairable, and that's really, really tough, because I have these conversations with parents and with kids sometimes. It can be very quick bilateral damage, meaning both eyes are involved, and then you're just hoping the retina can on itself or by itself heal the damage from the sun right in the center of the retina, but a lot of times that doesn't happen. So in a very quick moment of maybe a thoughtless moment or a mistake, you can have bilateral impacted damage in both eyes for the rest of your life. And it's a tough conversation to have with patients. So with solar retinopathy, it's tough because when you look at the color photos of the back of your left and your right eye, what you can see is overall things look pretty healthy. You have a pretty good optic nerve, but right in the center, you might appreciate this tiny little white dot. It's very subtle. When we look on cross-section, however, you can see the nice layers of the retina, and this small little valley here is called the fovea. This is where you read high resolution. And what you can see is there's a vertical disruption right here. Where you really see are these small white lines that need to be continuous all the way across this cross-section image called an OCT. And unfortunately for this patient, the sunlight came straight down through the eye and was focused right to the center where you need to see. And essentially punched a light hole directly through the retina, more so here in the left eye than the right eye, but in both eyes. And that's going to cause sometimes irreparable damage where these lines are no longer contiguous, and this patient's going to have a very small, but unfortunately very poorly positioned right in the center of their vision, blind spot after that.